Fortis steps through and King leaps out from under a table. King screams while swinging his pan at the demon. It hits Fortis on the chest, and with a loud crash, the pan bends at the handle. King gasps loudly. Ha! You gotta try harder than that. He places the box on the floor and snatches the alpaca's pan. King reels back in fear. Ah! Don't hurt me! Anticipating a painful beating, King shields his face. However, no such beating comes, only the sound of metal screeching. Lowering his hands, King sees that Fortis has restored the pan back to its original shape. Here, don't go breaking it. That's company property. Sorry. He takes the pan and puts it back on the table. Fortis, would you please move? You're blocking the doorway. Fortis snorts before finding a place to sit, kicking his legs up onto the table. Although he appears to be relaxing, his eyes remain fixed on the alpaca. Hi there, test subject. King. King eyes the demon suspiciously. A slip of the tongue. Honest. We're here to install your food generating machine. Finally, food. Let me just get the parts and I'll rebuild it for you. The lynx walks over to the box on the floor and to unpack the parts. As he does so, King becomes aware of the floating frog before him. King quickly looks away when Nox notices him staring, but not before Nox approaches the alpaca. Hello, mortal. I am Nox, General of the Mental Torture Zone, and second in command to the Demon Lord. Hello, yeah, I remember you when I first got here. You left out Traitor in your introduction. Oh wait, you left out Traitor in your introduction. Amar, that is unnecessary. I'm only stating the facts. Amar uses his many arms to carry the parts to the table. King feels he's snuck inside an uncomfortable triangle between the demons. Amar behind him tinkering with his machine, Nox in front of him guarding the door, and Fortis staring at him while man spreading to the right. This is feeling a lot like that time me and the girls argued about why we all wore the same dress to prom. To his relief, Amar breaks the silence with a question. So, how are you enjoying your stay, King? King crosses his arms. It's terrible. Perfect. Scratch that. Force of habit. We'll look into the logistics so we can allow for a more hospitable stay. I don't need better service. I need to go home. King looks at Amar with pleading eyes. Please, look into your heart. I shouldn't be here. Somehow, looking at the alpaca's big round eyes awakens the cat's desire to protect him. Oh no. The sarcasm is thick in his voice. We can never defy our almighty, all-knowing, all-empowering leader, Vendrick. No way, nuh-uh. Turn away, mortal, for I cannot help you. Amar winks. I saw that. Amar, you're putting your position in jeopardy if you disobey our lord. Funny how you're thinking about my welfare now, Nox. You are important to the Underworld. If you give Lord Vendrick reasons to remove you, I bet you both would love that. Replace me with some other demon that's more obedient. I didn't say that. You're being immature and I won't let you throw your career away for one mortal. Amar tightens his gloved fist. He looks at the alpaca once more dejected. Sorry, I really do want to help, but the tattletale right there will make it impossible. King sighs and resigns to a seat. The awkward atmosphere returns as Amar continues to rebuild his machine. The sound of metal clanking serenades King as he thinks about how he would escape. Several minutes pass. It is done. Amar's announcement snaps King out of his reminiscence. Finally, I nearly fell asleep watching you work. Amar stands before the group, presenting as though he were a salesperson. This machine can create any dish or raw ingredient from Earth. It looks like a microwave. Exactly. Watch me as I use it. He presses a combination of buttons and the machine whirls to life. King can see thick white smoke swirling behind the glass. In under a minute, the pseudo-microwave dings. Amar opens the door and pulls out a bag of chips. Ta-da! Give it a try. One of his floating limbs opens the bag and grabs a chip while another takes the packet to pass the food around. The arm serves Fortis, skips Nox, then King before returning to Amar. Those with chips in hand take a bite out of them. It tastes like cardboard. Tastes like a regular old chip to me. Yes, this is what the food is always like. You guys can't really be satisfied with this, right? The demon shrugged. Okay, maybe it's because it's processed food. Can we try something freshly cooked? Of course, let me show you how. Amar demonstrates how the machine's buttons work to King. The alpaca keys in the combination to generate a bowl of spaghetti. I can't pronounce that. Once again, the food materializes from nothing. Looks fine to me. It's the taste that matters. The alpaca grabs a few forks and washes them before handing them out. One for Fortis, Amar, then Nox. You want me to try it? Just ignore him, King. I doubt he has any interest in this. Well, we need more tongues to confirm my theory, so all hands on deck, please. The frog reaches out and takes the fork. Okay, let's try it together. Each of them takes a bite of the generated meal. King winces. The bolognese sauce is bitter and the pasta overcooked to mush. The dish has the undesirable consistency of baby food. In contrast, the demons shrug to each other before fervently slurping down the noodles. Tastes normal. Yes, isn't this what the dish tastes like? It reminds me of the mealworm soup I usually have. You all need your taste buds checked. This is unacceptable. We're demons. We don't need to eat or drink to live. We just do it because it looks like fun. The only demon who cared about how food tasted was Kobu. Perhaps that's why he stopped using my machine. Why does the taste of their sustenance matter so much to mortals? King puts a hand on his heart. Because I live to eat. The purpose of living is to continuously find sustenance? Not literally. Eating is more than just the food you consume. It's about bringing people you care about together. It's how we mend the sadness, and it's the easiest way to tell someone you care about them. All of that is like life. A roller coaster of experiences. Life, a roller coaster ride. Interesting. King scratches the side of his head. I'm just talking out of my ass. Why don't I get to cooking and show you all how it's done? King summons some raw tomatoes and carrots. He takes a bite out of each, nodding in approval of their tastes. So most raw components are fine, which means the machine just can't handle making a decent dish from the get-go. I know what to do. King heads for the cabinets where the pots, pans, and portable gas stoves are kept. Invigorated by his passion for cooking, King's movements become graceful yet precise. King then proceeds to generate a myriad of ingredients, spices, and condiments he knows by heart. He starts washing, prepping, and cooking the ingredients into his own spaghetti bolognese. Fortis and Amar take a seat at a nearby table while Nox remains on guard at the door. As the modal moves around, Amar takes down various notes with his floating hands. Fortis crosses his arms and keeps his eyes glued on the alpaca. King weaves from one task to another. In a matter of minutes, he has the completed dish. The pastry is bathed in an aroma of simmering tomatoes. Pasta's up. King prepares 4 plates. 3 are prepared with minced beef, the others vegetarian-based, for himself. He approaches Fortis and Amar with a wide grin and places the plates in front of them. Then he pushes the other plate to Nox, who is smaller in width than the meal itself. Dig in. Fortis and Amar examines the steaming hot plate of spaghetti in front of them before turning to each other. You see anything different? Well, I detect a hint of cheese. Right, I use Parmeningo Reginina. They shrug and take their first bite. This is delicious! How can food taste like this? The two of them continue eating with gusto. King smiles before turning his attention to Nox, who is just staring at the food before him. Something on your mind? If you're not a cheese person, I can make another plate for you. I am perplexed. Nox hesitates for a moment, but the need to ask has been boiling up inside of him. While uncharacteristic of himself, he considers that there would be no harm in seeing what insight the mortal could provide to his understanding of life. Fortis's ears perk upward while noticing the exchange. Tell me, mortal, I am certain I've left a less than approachable impression, especially after what my colleagues have said about me. Yet you still choose to include me. I've been raised to know that no one deserves to starve, even someone who cut down one of your only hopes for escape. Not even you. That, and I kind of feel bad that Amar's giving you such a hard time. The frog croaks. Amar has his reasons. I think you should consider your feelings more, Nox. Nox's eyes widen. You're not the first person to tell me that. Whoever it was mustn't be so bad. Maybe you should listen to them. I'll ponder on that a bit more. For now, allow me to repay your kindness. Discard any notion of escaping. Beyond those pantry doors, your only way out is through the elevator you came from. You do not know how to operate it, and even then you'll be had by another demon long before you reach Earth. King's fingertips turn cold, his mind playing out the many ways the demon would have their way with him. You have a funny way of repaying kindness, Nox. The alpaca breathes and puts on a weak smile. I'll take your advice into consideration, but if I survive the big blouse blowout sale at the mall against everyone else in Kibbleton, I won't let a bunch of demons stop me. I don't see the similarity between demons and shopgoers. Tell that to the lady who nearly bit my right arm off over a scarf. Honestly, I was more of a autumn than she was. King returns to his seat to eat. He quietly doubles his willpower to remain composed as he considers how he can escape and help Kobu. Nox, on the other hand, stares with longing eyes at the cat demon scarfing down spaghetti. He ponders his orders from Vendrick and the uneasiness that has been dormant within his heart. The frog demon takes a bite of the spaghetti. A small smile breaks as he finds some relief in the mortal's meal. A few minutes pass and everyone is done with their meals. The generals gather by the door, ready to leave. That was a pleasurable experience. I look forward to studying what else you can cook up, King. Vendrick's gonna ride your ass harder than ever if you keep avoiding your work. What's the worst he's gonna do? Kill me? We can't die. Fortis frowns. Noticing his allies' concerns, Amar grumbles but ultimately concedes to the larger demon. Fine, I'll do the bare minimum. I need some time to think about how to help Kobu anyhow. Nox, what's the job that Vendrick told you to pass to me? Job? Oh. All he has to do is tell Amar to prepare to go to Earth to kill Kobu, though now his heart and mind are at war with what to say. Lord Vendrick said to finish your work as soon as possible. His patience runs thin. Amar raises an eyebrow at the frog. Sure? Alright, let's go. Bye-bye, King. As the demon leaves through the front door, the bejeweled hand that cradles Nox gives the impression of a nod before floating away. Alone once more, the alpaca draws out a long sigh. He takes a seat and deliberates what his next plan of action is. Getting out through that door is still my best chance. Perhaps if I can learn how that elevator works, I might be able to get back home. I better keep talking to those generals. Maybe, just maybe, they'll let some clue slip by. Stretching his arms up, the alpaca looks at the messy pantry. I'll think about it more after I've done the dishes.